Alright, Shalom, Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatham. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. It's Brother Yatazadak, Hero of Israel. Right, so we're back with another lesson. As always, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. As always, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel that will be delivered out of American Babylon Great in these latter days. The Most High God's name is Lord, right? By Hashem Yahushai, we are in the latter days. We are in America Babylon Great. So we're prophesying against, right, this great nation which is done nothing but rape, rob, and murder of our people, right? We're out here prophesying and awaiting the second coming of our Lord Yahushai, Hamashiach, the coming of the RFID chip, the implementation of martial law FEMA camps, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, right? So we're here to prophesy to so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. And there are those that look like other nations, but they are of our people, right? Which is known as the confusion of face in the Holy Bible, right? So I have some points I'm going to bring out, and Lord willing, gratify. Right? Shalom, Judakim, right? And those that are watching, right? I'm about to die, may the Lord willing gratified. So I got some points I'm going to bring out. So we got the scriptures, Holy Bible, right? And this topic is one of the many antichrists, right? But you got to keep in mind that going back to ancient times, even in the New Testament, you had Jake vexed with devils. You had Jake following the ways of the Romans, the Greeks, right? Which Jake is short for Jacob, right? Which is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. Right, so when you think about these various accounts that you read about in the New Testament, Jake fights the devils, Yahushua healing them, right? What is going to push Revelation 13 to 16? It's going to be technology, right? Which back then, now you gotta compare these two things, right? These devils vexing Jake. Now you're being dumbed down by society, right? Which is the device of Satan, right? Convenience, right? The dumbing down of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American. Pop culture, right? As soon as you open up your phone, all you see is what? Nonsense, which you read about in the book of Ezekiel. Right, that Ezekiel digging into the wall is a representation of him, us going through the internet, right? The Lord said, as you dig deeper, you're going to see greater abominations, which is a curse against Esau. The internet was a curse against him because it's now revealing his iniquities. So this is the main Antichrist, which is technology, right? Which eventually technology is going, and it's already taking jobs, right? Eventually, you're not going to need, right, someone flipping a burger. There's already places that will, the machine flips your burger, prepares your food, right? back then in the ancient Babylonian cultures, you had astrologers, you had mages and warlocks, right? That kings used to get a glimpse of the future, right? Which today that is not going to be done. It's not going to be done anymore in that manner. Now you have weather forecasts, right? Satellites, right? So even these left-hand spirits are going to be useless. Man is not going to have as much power. Now it's going to be automated, right? Everything automated. Everything, right? Everything automated. Machines working everything, right? Everything's going to work via the machines, via the satellites, right? That is the main Antichrist technology, right? You see it as a convenience, but it's not going to be a convenience when in a dystopian society, you're being told when you can purchase something, you have reached your limit. Okay, you're using up too much oxygen, you have to reach your limit. And no longer will you have control over having the choice of your own. Right? So now you see technology as a convenience, but in the near future, everything is going to be automated. Right? So this is a plan of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Right? And this is why you have Apostle Ramlab recently brought out this point that he said that the technology that was given to Esau Edom, the ability to split atoms, the ability to, right, which is ultimately given via left-hand spirits, right? How do you think you're able to look into the size of the chemical makeup of water, and how the molecules and how everything is constructed? That's done surgical procedures, right? And these are all things that have been given by the Lord. Which you heathens, you see it as okay, well, this is to forward our agenda. Well, the Lord is forwarding your agenda, but He's forwarding really the end, which is Esau's world, which is the beginning of Jake flourishing in the earth. And this is why you heathens, I mean, you're not really upset because you're doing okay, right? But you're going to be more upset once you see these signs forwarded even more. The scripture that says that the kingdom was full of uproar. And I'll bring that out. I have it prepared here in my lesson book, right? But this is what's going to bring about the end, right? And that's what's going to forward, right, is the technology, which will ultimately be placed in the hand of the wicked, but that's going to create more dissension. That's going to create more, right? That's going to bring the end, right? Because you heathens, you're going to realize you don't have power over what's coming, which is our 5D chip, martial law, freedom camps. Right? You see it now. Esau's just kicking back and waiting for right, more uproar. See, you're playing into his hand because when these uproars increase, right, you're gonna have things tightening up. Right? Which that is part of the plan. Things tightening up. Right? So let's get that. Let's get Isaiah 33 and 6. It's a lot. This is why you got Ishmael slashing himself in the back, calling on his demons. Right, you got Elam eating cow dung, which is the East Indian. Elam means hidden one. Right? And you may think that we're talking shit, but it's just this is brainwashing, right? You may see it as brainwashing, but we know the truth, right? Brainwashing is you sitting in front of the TV and being fed lies and deception, right? The food plays a part in this thing. Chi Psi stigma, 600, 660 and 6. Chi goes into the word Christos. This is a formula that Esau uses to brainwash the masses and to doing their own part to forward his agenda. Psi, which means 60, is a symbol for 60, goes into psychology, pseudoscience. Stigma means incision, which is ultimately ancient Roman Greek times. This is how those that worship their idols, they stamp themselves with the marks of their idols, which you see today in your sororities, right? And so all these things have never left. These things have never left, right? They just have been changed. They just have been rebranded, right? What does Isaiah 33 and 6 say? Isaiah 33 and 6 says that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, right? And the strength of salvation, to fear the Lord is his treasure, right? Because we're going to know what not to do. We're going to know that the Lord is going to raise up a standard, right? And they shall come in as a flood. But first you got to have things tightening up, right? Like you got your clothes, you wash your clothes too much and they start tightening up and you feel constrained, right? And then you go to McDonald's and then you pick up a damn cheeseburger. And now you're going off because you're filling yourself with toxic trash. You're not wearing the right clothes. You're wearing recycled polyester. All these things, recycled polyester, when heated up, has detrimental effects to your health. So the law is good if used lawfully. That's why it should be used lawfully, right? Because when it's used lawfully, then you know that, for example, do not kill, do not steal, right? These things are a way to use the word of the Lord, to use His directions lawfully, right? Lawfully being trained, right? Lawfully being able to subdue and understand, right?
I like your motorcycle.
Oh no, that's not a motorcycle.
Well, that's not a motorcycle.
No. Let me ask you a quick question. Come here real quick. Quick question. So I'm just recording myself, but you don't have to come into the camera. But what do you think? What do you think about society? What do you think? Where is it headed? Do you think America is it headed in a good direction?
I feel like society is heading into a bad direction.
To a bad direction? Why?
It's like I feel like society is being overtaken by politics. Like
Politics?
It's like most of our life is being
It's not just politics. You know, technology is going to take your job eventually.
Yes, and we're down Elon Musk go by.
Yeah, Elon Musk. So what are you going to do when technology takes over the way you think? And technology starts telling you what to do. That's not good, right?
It's not.
It's not good. So we're not headed to a good place. And things are going to get worse, you know?
Unless it,
So you gotta be able to study up. You gotta be able to, prepare.
sir,
Because it's bad things are coming.
that's why we got working on our education.
Yeah, bad things. War is coming. World War III. You don't see Vladimir Putin doing all these things for nothing. See, all these things are a sign of what's coming. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to warn the people. You know?
Sir.
But that's all I wanted to ask you. I appreciate it. You stopping by.
Have a nice day, sir.
All right. So these are the talking points that they don't want us to say. They don't want us to they don't want you to think. They don't want you to question things. Right? And technology is going to be used to forward that agenda. Right? And the law tells you, for example, you have the law. There's a certain law where it says you're not to utter an oath rashly. That word is bata'ah. I think that applied to the women, but still, these are things that you have to know in these latter days and be aware of. Right? The book of Sirach says, "Good reputation is better than anything." Right? So yeah, that might have been a heathen. That might have not been a Jake or not. He's probably a heathen, right? And I'm just trying to get to the lesson. So whoever here is passing by, they're gonna catch whatever they get. But I'm just trying to prove the point, right? Is that the law, does the scriptures not say the God of them who keep my commandments? These are the times that we're coming into, right? The Apostle Paul, he said, if you have a good conversation amongst a perverse generation, which is talking about our people into the Greek and Roman customs, right? That good conversation is ultimately, right, what we should have today, right? Yeah, there's a time for rebuke, there's a time, right, for this and that. But when you see, when you're compelled to speak with him, bring it out, then that's just on you. That's just in your mind. It's been placed in your mind to speak it. Right? You've been compelled to do that. Right? I never smelled so much perfume in my life. Or whatever, I don't know. Sounds like people are wearing perfume, spraying it. Right? But these are the things that the Lord said to watch. Right? And guess what? Yeah, you're doing it to stir us up, but we don't give a damn. You heathens, your time is coming to an end. Right? So that same technology that is serving you is going to lord over you via Esau Edom. Right? The Apostle James said, he who is able to burble the mouth is wise. Right? So let's move on to the next precept, Amos 5 and 13. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 13. So this is why you have you heathens, like ham eating cow piss, right? Because those left-hand demons, they want control over your mind. Right? This is what technology is going to do. Think for you. Right? It's going to do everything for you. Right? This is what technology will do. It's going to think for you. This is what these left-hand demons want to do. Think for you. Right? This is why the nations are off. Right? Jake is off. Right? Amos 5:13. Right? And we know the truth, right? We know Japheth, we know who Ham is, we know who Shem is. Right? We know you so-called Arabs. Some of you are sons of Shem. One of the sons of Shem, Lord of Aram. Right? Now you call yourself Arab. Right? We know the Polynesians are the Japheth, which are the original Europeans, which are the original Greeks. Right? When you look at Bible maps, you see. It'll even tell you Japheth, Europeans, which I'm going to bring out in a future lesson. But right, we have some Japheth that look like Spanish people, right? They try to talk like us. This is what the nations, they want to be like us, right? And some of our people look like them because we're mingled amongst them, right? So it's about the spirit. It's not about, we're not getting on the nations, we're not, right? This is about edification. This is about self-control, right? Because that's what's going to guide you, right? 2/3 of our people, right, have given themselves, right, and that's in the book of 2nd Esdras. They shall have your idol eating things offered unto idols. Right? But you're going to wake up, and, you feel like you bumped yourself in the head, and then you're going to go eat some KFC, and drink some damn Hennessy, all bugged out. Right? You're not going to fast. You're still going to eat unlawful foods because you're not being guided, right? You don't have that remembrance, right? Which is through the word, right? Praying, fasting, right? Calling on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? That's what's going to keep you stable in these times, right? Knowing what you put in your body. Right? Knowing, right? Because you don't know what's in the damn food nowadays. You don't know what the agenda is, what the people's agenda is against you. You don't know what these other nations, if they're Jake or not, right? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what's going to guide you. The guided them who keep my commandments and precepts. That's in 2nd Esdras chapter 16. Right? Book of Revelation, right? Because the word is your guide, right, to what's good. Amos chapter 5:13. Amos chapter 5, verse 13. And all people are being brainwashed. 2/3 are being brainwashed, straight up. Right? Being told what to do, and eventually you're going to lose grip of reality. Right? Because what you're eating, and even in philosophies, the Lord compares philosophies as eating them. Right? When you learn philosophies, it's like you're absorbing them. Right? Not getting the necessary nutrients, right? For example, when you drink, you're not supposed to right, take vitamin A because it causes a toxic reaction, right? But it's because you're not reading, you're not keeping up with the current events, right? You're not understanding how to measure the times diligently, right? Which is part of this thing is being able to measure the times, right? To know the timetable. And we're not going to hand you everything in a platter, right? We're not going to say, okay, this is this and this is that. Although we go into particular things, we're not going to hand you everything in a platter, right? Oh, okay, so when is the wilderness and all that? Break it down for me one more time. Break it down for me one more time. Can you do a video on that? The videos are out there, right? And you can't confound us because we're not gonna fall into those type of snares. The apostles said what they said, and that's it. Right? If you don't get it, then you're not supposed to get it. Right? Amos 5 and 13. It's a lot here. Let's get Amos 5 and 13. We're not going to stop till the Lord says to stop preaching, right? Amos 5 and 13. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. Right, so you jakes in the world, you jakes that have received this understanding, if you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut. You teachers in Israel, if you don't know if you're not teaching the right thing, right, or you got to go to another camp, and ask us for the understanding and not present your cause, you either receive the bag or you don't have the understanding. Like Shatar Hassad, right? Officer Hassad, right? Why would he go to the Great Millstone, ask him what this means, instead of saying, okay, look, your understanding is off. This is what this means. What's your take? Or right? Does not the scripture say correct your neighbor? So why do we have to answer you? We don't have to answer to other camps, right? Indeed, that's snake behavior, right? We're not dealing with that. That's folly, right? It creates more confusion, right? So this is why Great Millstone is speaking one thing, right? Because I'm not going to overstep the elders. I'm not going to overstep, right? What they say is what is being taught, and that's it, right? You're supposed to pick up your book and read. All right? Isaiah 53 and 7, right? Which is talking about Yahweh Shai. It says, let's get that real quick. Isaiah 53 and 7, he was oppressed, he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. Right? Because this is what these heathens want. They want to have a moment. Satan wants his moment. Right? Where we let our mouth loose and speak rationally. We're not going to speak rationally. We're going to tell you the truth, and that's it. Right? Isaiah 53 and 7, he opened not his mouth, he is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, So he openeth not his mouth. Right? Meaning, when you try to set us up, right? We're not going to cuss you out. You know, fuck you devils, the Lord is going to kill you. No, we're just going to tell you what the Lord said is going to happen, and that's it. But Yahushua wasn't giving his opinion. He said, what my Father gives me to speak, that I speak. Right? So we're not going to add to the doctrine. Right? Yahushua, Mashiach, who called Jesus Christ, he said, my doctrine is not mine, but of the Lord that gave it to me. Via what? The spiritual download. Which is why this is the bond of the covenant. We're going into the bond of the covenant. But ultimately, it's the deliverance. And us being changed. Like our Apostle Hart recently spoke about. Right? But the bond of the covenant starts with getting this word. Right? Because when you come into this thing, right, it's like taking an oath to do the Lord's service. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to do the Lord's service. Endure unto the end. Right? And some of us will be put to death. Some of us have already been put to death. Right? Our brothers have been in the truth for years and years, decades upon decades. Right? Like Elder Yaquab, so on and so forth. Right? So what? Right? They're with the Lord now. Right? So there's a war, a spiritual war, a war on your mind. That rapper Prodigy that's what he was trying to tell you. Right? That's what Prodigy was trying to tell you. Right? There's a war on your mind. Right? That's what these philosophies do. They war on your mind. And that goes back to what? Left-hand spirits. Right? Paul X said, all L, you know, so whatever, right? The Lord is going to bring the end, right? So that's the spiritual war, to subvert your mind, right? Via the system, right? 666. Kai, Christos, you have left-hand means of producing, getting you to submit, right? Whether it be through medicinal purposes, right? And that's going on. Well, not medicinal purposes, but right. An example is what you eat, right? If I pick up some green tea and drink it, then I know I'm drinking it because that's good for me, right? Not because I'm just drinking it for the sake of drinking it, you know? Not because I'm just, because I want some green tea. No, that's not the case. It's because you know that it has antioxidant properties. That's all. You're drinking it because it has antioxidants.
Hey sir, how you doing? Officer Jim from County Police. Sorry to bother you. I just had somebody come up to me and they were just worried about you. Said that you were talking to yourself. I see that you're talking.
Oh no, I'm vlogging actually. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're just vlogging?
Yeah, I'm vlogging.
Okay.
I'm talking about herbs medicine.
Okay, alright, just checking on you. Like I said, we just get concerned citizens over at the bridge. Some people, you know, thought about jumping over the bridge, things like that. So whenever someone's around the bridge, we're just hanging out. People are just concerned, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
No,
You all
I'm just
good?
vlogging,
Okay.
and I'm not getting in anybody's way. I'm actually right here on the side.
You're all
so
good.
people Pass
I
by.
see that, and you're all good there.
I appreciate it, officer. Thank you.
Yeah, take
I
care.
appreciate
Have a
it.
good day.
Thank you. You too. So that's what you do with herbs, right? It's a way to relieve the pressures of daily life, right? That's what these herbs do, right? And that is how you are. That's how you treat yourself, right? By and getting plenty of rest, right? Because if you're not getting plenty of rest, then your mind isn't clear. If your mind isn't clear, then you're not properly thinking. If you don't get enough exercise, if you don't know how the body works, that's how you know that you're centered. You're keeping yourself centered. So that is, let's see. Going down next. Just like when you see right, architects, right? You have they have blueprints where they decide which structure goes where. That's part of how you take care of yourself. How you get the proper nutrients, right? You can't just eat red meats all the time. You can't just right? You can't just do that, right? You have to have understanding, right? So that's how these heathens are going to persuade you, right? Via left-hand means, right? Via lies, the architects of the New World Order, so-called, right? And if you give yourself to that spirit of mirth, right, then eventually you're going to be overcome by Satan and his devices, right? You're going to be overcome by his devices. Chi, Christos, Psi, psychology, all these things are being used to war against your mind, right? There's a saying in the world where they say if you believe your own bullshit, you know, then you're ultimately gonna, right, believe your own bullshit or something to that extent, right? So this is why we need you believe your own bullshit. If you think these demons that you call upon, that they're there to help you, no, they're forwarding the Lord's agenda, like the technology, like these philosophies that have flourished for centuries and centuries, right? The Lord said that He has sent the apostles last as they've been unto death, right? So the truth was manifest last, right? Because you had to have all the naysayers, all the lies, right? Now the truth is out, right? So that's when it's going to cause the uproars, right? When the squeeze gets tighter, right? When you can no longer go and flip burgers for $15 an hour, which is the minimum wage here in Maryland. They're raising it, right? And eventually, and right, a burger's gonna start flipping your burgers. And then what are you gonna do? Right? You got all these apps where you can, you got Uber and all that. What's gonna happen when hell breaks loose? When you don't want to take the prerogative, which a lot of you heathens are gonna take it, right? But anyways, right? You don't know how to treat your body. You don't know that muscles expand in cold weather. And then in heat, they get relaxed. You don't know stuff like that, right? But you don't know how the body works, the neural systems, right? Matthew 25, 31. Matthew 25 and 31. Which is the parable. Select. And I was recently meditating on this. Matthew 25, 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, which started off at verse 1, the parable of the 5 wise virgins, the 5 foolish virgins. And then you have the parable of the talents. And then the last part of this chapter, the Lord said, unto every one that has shall be, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, which is the end being made manifest. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on the left. Which the Lord is not going to appear, Yahweh Shai is not going to appear and separate Jake. Okay, Jake, okay, you're 2/3. That's talking about the destruction. That's talking about the word sifting out the 2/3. The word gathering the remnant, right? The time when the night cometh when no man can work, which is the famine of the word, which is not yet. But you'll know when it's coming, when the famine of the word is coming. Right? You'll know when the judge is at the door. Right? And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them in his right hand, Come, blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. And I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but that's talking about us not going for the multitudes and multitudes, right? We're not here to gather multitudes to our camp, to have 20 people holding posts, right? We're not here to have 20 people hold posts. We're not here for the 99 sheep. We're here for the one that was lost, and to find it and bring it back to the Yahweh Bashem Shai. Right? That's what we're here for. Right? We're here for the ones that were lost, like Yahweh Shai said. Right? He said that I come not to call the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. So if you already know the truth, we're not here for you. We're not here to because you're supposed to receive it and study yourself. You're already in that phase where you're entering into the bond of the covenant, if you're of the elect. Right? We're not going to baby you in this truth. Right? Break this down for me again. Or like Hassad, going to other camps. What does this mean? What does this mean? You're supposed to be feeding the Lord's sheep. That's what we're doing. We're feeding those that receive the truth, but we're trying to bring Jake in. Those that have not came in. Right? So that's why it says towards the end of this chapter, the Lord said unto the wicked servant, or not the wicked servant, because this is not about, this says the righteous. So he said unto the righteous, he said, verse Matthew 25:37, then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw thee hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink. Right? Verse 41, then shall he say unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was an hungered, and you gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. Right? Verse 46, and these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but to righteous and to life eternal. Right? So that's talking about 2/3, which the Lord is not actually going to talk to them. Right? He's not actually going to say, okay, you didn't receive the truth, right? You're going to go into eternal hell. No, that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about 2/3 denying the Lord and Savior, the Prophet, Yahushua HaMashiach, right? Being destroyed in the destruction, right? So verse 32, Matthew 25:32, just to give you a little insight. Matthew 25:32, and before him shall be gathered all nations. He shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. Right? As a shepherd divided the sheep from the goats. Right? Which is his word going out. Right? His word going out. And the Lord preparing the end. Right? The Lord preparing the end. And that's with the word going out. It starts with the word going out. Right? Because Esau, he's getting advanced with these accounts, right? With these lies, right? And even this technology, right? It's getting more and more advanced, right? Now he's able to have two people communicate in dreams. Right? Now he has that ability. He's been given that ability, right? To have two people communicate your dreams, right? which is why the scriptures say the prognosticators, those that have familiar spirits, they're going to be confounded. They will no longer be able to help forward their agenda because technology is going to supersede that. That's why Satan is divided, right? Because technology is going to supersede your ability to call on these left-hand demons, because through Hashatan, the main demon, the Lord is preparing him to forward the end, right? Right? All roads lead to the prerogative or financial. Right? And that's what it's leading up to. That's what this technology is going to take us. Right? Seed causing chemicals. Right? Isaiah 47 and 9. Let's get Isaiah 47 and 9. Salakia, let's see, checking the battle. Isaiah 47 and 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment of one day, the loss of children and widowhood. Right? Because that is the plan. The attack is the plans to attack the man and the future generation. Right? Which is why you have rezoning in schools. Right? Because they want you in a particular place. Right? That goes back to ancient Babylon. The ancient Assyrians, that's what they did. They moved populations around, right? And so Esau has that ability, right? It also says in this chapter about the multitude of sorceries, right? All that's not going to save you, right? Which is why John the Revelator said, he said that they're going to call upon their idols, they're going to curse the God of heaven, right? They're going to say, oh, we were so close, we were almost there, right? We're almost there, right? There's a reason why you're being given the ability to prosper. Because it's all going to lead to the end being made manifest. And the glory that will be given unto Jacob. Right? And like I said, you heathens don't gotta be mad. You probably are mad. Because you're saying, oh shit, they're waking up and that means, that this is going to be done away with. Oh man, we don't got next. Really? The Israelites have next? Right? You're not going to be upset because of that. Because you know that we're going to do you good. You're going to be upset because those things that have been given to you, that prosperity, that it's going to be restricted. That's what's coming. Choice. All these things are going to be restricted. You're going to be upset because the goodies are going to be taken away. You're not going to be upset because we're telling you the Lord's coming back, because you probably know that already. or that we're going to rule, because you know that already. Right? That's why it says, let me get that precept. And you're going to get your just dues for doing what you're doing to our people. Ishmael, Moab, right, feeding us abominations. Really, the Lord is just going to destroy you. Right? He's not going to do something crazy to where he's gonna have all the Ammonites like King David lined up and whipping them. No, that's not going to happen. The Lord's just going to bring the destruction, and he's going to magnify Jacob. So you can't put off the day of the Lord, right? This is why it says in this chapter that what? Isaiah 47:11, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. Desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, as thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so, thou shalt be able to profit. If so, be thou mayest prevail. Right? Probably do a lot with these left-hand spirits, but that technology is what's going to it's gonna replace all of that, which is the Lord's plan, right? The new astrologer, the new stargazer, the new right? Familiar spirit is technology, right? We will no longer need man to do that for you. Which is why the Lord said, the Lord's going to burn all that up, right? And I think it says it in this chapter 2. Isaiah 47:14, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit together. Right? And that's what's happening to the 2/3. You're getting brainwashed. Right? You're gonna start to believe that you are you're not who you are. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 41. Well, let's get 2nd Ezra 12 and 2. Their kingdom was in uproar. Because that's what's going to happen. Second Ezra 12 and 2. And behold, the head remained, the four wings appear no more. And the two went into it and set themselves up to reign, and their kingdom was small and full of uproar. Right? is talking about what is going to remain of Esau's kingdom, right? 2nd Esdras 41, 1641. Second Esdras 16, 41. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth, as one that will lose. He that occupied merchandise, as he that no had no profit by it, and he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth, as if he should not reap, so also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they shall get no children, and they that marry not, as the widowers. Because all these things will be done in vain. You're trying to build something up, right? Now that you got Esau giving Jake a little leeway, right? Just like when he freed the slaves. Emancipation just means to transfer. It doesn't mean complete freedom. And really, that's what's going to happen. Like when they let the slaves free, but the slaves had no jobs. The slaves had right? They had no resources. That's how that's how Lord is going to bring 2/3 of you Jakes to take the chip. That's what happened when they freed the slaves. They wandered around, they were starving, and they eventually went back to their master, and they said, we'll work. And Esau said, okay, you can work for me, and I'll pay you this time. Right? And that's what's going to happen on a worldwide scale. Right? The technology is going to take over. Right? They're going to say, okay, you don't have to work, or okay, just watch over the administration of the machines, but then you're going to have a machine watching you while you're watching the machine. Right? That's what's going to happen. That's why the Lord says that the righteous will be cast out of their houses. We're going to be as pilgrims in that day. Right? Which is not now. It's not now. They're using that same formula. Right? That's what's going to happen eventually. Right? But it's going to be done on a large scale. Because they're not just going to do Jake like that. Because they can't. Right? Second Esdras 16, 46. For strangers shall reap their fruits, spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, take their children captives. For in captivity and famine shall they get children. They that occupy the merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, saith the Lord. Because that happened in ancient Rome. Right? Which is, I think Elder Apostle Tahar recently went into that, where Esau was using less of the pure metals for the coins. Right? And eventually the money became useless. Right? So that's part of that plan. Right? Which I forgot the term. But basically, when you see the moral decline of a society and the exuberant purchases of those thereof, right? Because that's what you're going to have. Right? You're going to have them deck themselves more. As you see the end approaching, people are just going to be like, fuck it, I'm going to buy this. And they're going to seem to be in a good case. Right? They're going to say, in their mind, I'm going to take the charagma. The Lord is going to be more mad at them. That's going to anger the Lord even more. And Jake is still trying to, right, you have Jake doing well, right? I'm not saying Jake as a whole is not doing well, right? But we're not at the top, and we're not supposed to, as a whole, right? But the Lord that's going to anger the Lord even more, right? And that's what your heathens are doing, just like in Revelation chapter 11, which that's not talking, those don't coincide with each other, because that was happening back then, when Jake was in the lower state. They gave gifts one to another, right? But now we know the truth. The truth is out. Right? Verse 49, like as in whore envieth the right and honest virtuous woman, so shall righteousness hate iniquity, when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face. When he cometh, I shall defend him that diligently searcheth out every sin upon the earth. Right? So we're waiting for the Lord to come back and defend us. Right? We're not here to take up arms. We're not doing none of that. We're not implying any of that. We're preaching Hamashiach crucified, and that's it. Like Paul the Apostle said. Right? Why did he say that? Because he was saying, look, he was saying to the other churches, look, just give them this message, the general message, and then when we get to those churches, we'll expound more. Right? Which is what we're doing as those that follow the order. Right? You got to follow the right camp, right? This is why we give a duty and due diligence, right? As far as to what camp we're watching, how we're keeping up with the current events, right? So on and so forth, right? So if you don't believe, which the heathens don't believe that there's a spiritual force behind all this, then you just don't understand the Lord's will. If you don't see that spiritual force, or you don't have to see it, literally, but you see what is behind all these things. You can only see that if you have the understanding, if you're being diligent. Diligence, right? That's what this thing is about. Right? Through the power of the Spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Right? So that's how you're going to be drawn in to peace, prosperity. When they shall say peace, sudden destruction shall come via the convenience of technology. Right? Which is why Esau is going to the land of Ham, giving the little Hamites water wells, right? Digitized. Eventually, he's going to say, okay, I'm going to give you this charagma. Right? Whoever's in America, Babylon, great. That's not going to matter. Because that's what's going to, because the majority of these other Shemitic clans, Hamitic clans, they're in the destitute areas throughout the earth. Just because you're a heathen and you're in America, Babylon, great, it doesn't mean you're gonna make a difference because your people are over there starving. Our people too, right? South America, right? And that's how that's how Esau is going to, when that paragma is presented, and that populace is going to be used against you. And that just came to me just now, right? And the Lord is going to scorch this place. So you can't stop the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? It doesn't matter how many are on your side. The Lord is on our side as far as His will, right? Not as far as what we can do, because we have no power in this society, right? All we have is our faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? So that all goes back to these left-hand spirits, these demons. They want you weakened, right? That's what technology is going to do. It's going to weaken you, right? Revelation chapter 14 says that they're going to have putrefying sores. When you take the RFID chip, which is a mark of the beast, you're going to get sores. You're going to get, right? Esau knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Because he's a sword. He's, right? The curse of the Lord's judgment. And he has the power, right? This is why there's going to be division. There's going to be war, right? But first there's going to be a so-called gathering of the masses via the paragma, all those that will take it. Right? We don't know exactly how it's going to go down, right? Because the Lord doesn't say that. He doesn't say how exactly it's going to go down, okay? But it's going to happen. So that's when those uproars will come, right? You see the squeeze, the tighten, the restrictions, right? And right, so you either get it, you're either gonna get it or you're not, right? So to the Akim, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Brakatham, just a reminder, we are in the month of Kasalwa. You can say Kasala, which is the 9th month, Kashaya Chadash, which started October 8th. We're currently in the, what is it, 17th day of the month. The 7th day is Tuesday. So remember, it's 7, 14, 21, 28. These are Sabbath days. The first of the month, it's the 7th day, 7, 14, 21, 28. First, 7, 14, 21, 28. Then, as you're entering the 29th and 30th day, when you see the darkened moon, the moon being dark, that is the coming of the new month. Okay? which I have here. I've been working on the on a little calendar, just a little prototype. Right? Which I'm gonna do it on my laptop, the finished product. And you have a lot of things. Bear with me 1 second. So let's get some more presets and see if we can get some understanding, right?
Right.
That's what the Lord is going to do. He's going to bring judgments, right? His hand, right? You're going to have the wicked elites of the Edomites, which is so-called white men. You're going to go into the bunkers, the elites, the bankers, right? Not the everyday Edomite, right? To the bunkers. The Lord's going to take them out. You have the elect that get delivered and get spiritual power, right? And we're going to put them in the remaining, just like the remaining of the other heathens. We're going to put you into captivity, right? And that's why you read about that in 2nd Esdras chapter. Let's get that real quick. It's locked here. Second Esdras 13 and 13. There came much people unto him, whereas some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and others some brought of them that were offered. Then I was sick through great fear, and I waked and said, Thou hast shewed thy servant wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldst receive my prayer. Right? Some were glad, some were sorry, some were bound, because when the Lord brings destruction, you're going to have some of you jakes. We're going to go and scoop you up. The chariots. The Lord is going to preserve you through World War III. We're going to bring you as an offering to the Lord, to Jerusalem. Right? And some were bound, meaning some of you heathens are going to survive the destruction. After the Lord scorches the earth, you're going to be bound. Right? You're going to have Edomites, you're going to have Elamites, you're going to have Hamites. Right? But it's going to start with the elect being delivered, which we are our spiritual Levites. Why? Because we're joining ourselves to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Which is why you even read about that in the book of Ezekiel. Right? The rebels being purged in the wilderness. Because America, Babylon the Great is a wilderness. Right? But, right, the other parts of the earth is desolate because of this goddamn devil. Esau Edom. Right? Which we are the Israelites, the 12 tribes, so-called black, Hispanic, Native Americans, that the Bible speaks of. God's chosen nation to inherit the earth. Some of us look like other nations, and but you Edomites, the Lord is going to destroy you. Right? We don't give a damn if you keep spraying shit. Go ahead. And so yeah, you Edomites are going into captivity. Right? So some of them were bound. So some of you 2/3 are going to be destroyed in that wilderness, which is throughout the whole earth. America, Babylon the Great is also like a wilderness. You're going to be destroyed. And some of the elect are going to be taken from these other parts of the earth by us. They're going to be preserved, right? The Lord may put a force field around them, and then they'll be shaded from the destruction. They'll see the deliverance, right? They're going to see us. They're going to see us go to the other parts of the earth and pick them up. Right, so it just doesn't apply to one thing. It doesn't just mean that the elect here are going to be delivered, 2/3 are going to be destroyed, the rebels being purged. That's going to happen in the other parts of the earth too. And what does it say in the book of Isaiah? We're going to fly on the shoulders of the Philistines, not the original Philistines, which are the Hamites, which are the so-called Africans. That's talking about us riding in the chariots and flying to these other parts and picking up Jake from where they're at. Right? And they're going to get beamed up too. But it's going to happen when we pick them up. However it happens, whether we go individually in chariots, or we go in the fathership, which Yahweh Shai will have, and they're going to get beamed up. However it happens, that's the Lord's will. Right? So that's what it says is going to happen. Right? So who are the Israelites? What are the two sticks? That's the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Tribes of Yasha'Allah. And Salakia, I'm actually going to get an actual chart. This is just, I lost my other one. actually going to order a digital print, which what brothers should be doing, because it only costs like $20, right? But you know, these are the 12 tribes, Israelites, Judah, African Americans. You have the Hebrew names, right? Because this isn't really, this doesn't give the chart justice, right? It only costs about $10, $15, $20 to get a digital print, right? For your African American. So that's why it talks about two sticks, right, being joined together. Right, Ezekiel chapter 37, Valley of Dry Bones. The dry bones are the Israelites, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans here in America, Babylon the Great, not knowing their identity, not knowing their nationality, right? And in a dead state of mind, right? The breath of life is the understanding returning. This is why you need that remembrance, right? So you don't forget who you are. This is why the Lord said to meditate on the law. This is why the Lord said to keep my precepts. Right? Because if you're just out in the world, right, doing what you want to do, not meditating on the word, you're going to lose sight of what the Lord wants you to do. Right? That's what's going to happen. You're going to get weak. Right? You're slowly going to fall off. And that's what Satan wants you to do. He wants you to slowly fall off. He wants you to forget. Right? He wants you to love the world more than the Lord. And that's not going to happen. Right? Abaratazah. That's the mind that you got to have. Right? You got to be able to always not go deeper, but dig deeper. As far as what does this mean? What does this mean? Keep up with the current events. Keep watching the videos. Right? Question everything. Be like the Church of Berea. Question everything. Right? Study. Go into the Hebrew. Go into the Greek. Blue Letter Bible. The Bible Hub. Right? Recently I've been reading Song of Solomon. You know, Lord willing, I'll do a lesson on that soon. But that's what you got to do. Right? This is how you keep the days of your sojourning. Like Abraham said. Our father, Abraham. Right? Pharaoh asked him, what are the days of thy pilgrimage? The days of thy life. Right? And so he answered him and said, these are the days of my pilgrimage, the days of my life, my journeys throughout the earth. Right? And that's it. It's right? So always question everything. And it's not always that deep. You know? So we're going to ride upon the shoulders of the Philistines. We're going to destroy the Egyptian tongue, meaning the Franca language. If I said that right, it's going to be the Hebrew. But you already find Hebrew in basically all languages. Right? Even English. Right? The Syriac, the Arabic, right? It's no secret, right? It's only a secret to Jake that doesn't know his nationality, right? Jake that doesn't have any understanding, Jake that is out there in the world without a damn word. Because he sold out and he wants his reward now. But this isn't our time. We're almost there, but the Lord is putting us through these things to teach us, to help us learn from our mistakes. You just have to see the difference that he puts in you, the difference. Right? That's all. Right? For you Jakes out there in this truth. Right? Gotta know the main things. What the RFID chip is. What martial law, the RFID chip being the mark of the beast. Martial law coming, FEMA camps. Who are the Edomites? Right? The Table of Nations. And so on and so forth. The videos are out there. Right? And we're going to keep preaching, right? As long as the Lord gives us, as long as He wills, right? And that's what you have these heathens doing. They're making, they're trying to be creepy, making weird noises. And we don't give a damn about that. We're not fazed by that. Because the Lord is with us. And you goddamn, you idiots know that. Right? Because that's all you are. A bunch of idiots. You're laboring in vain. Like the book of Isaiah says. You're laboring in vain. Right? So that is our job, right? To keep expounding, right, on the word, prophecies, right, through the Spirit of the Lord, right, until the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? That is the main conversation in Hamashiach Yahushai. That is our main conversation. If you understand that, then you understand that your job is to be constantly meditating on the word, reading the law, knowing what you put in your body, knowing when to fast, right? You can fast in the middle of the day. Take your vitamins during the morning. Eat a nice healthy breakfast, right? Sometimes, I'm in a rush in the evening because of work. So yeah, I may grab, I'll grab some chicken or something, right? You got to know what you, right? When you're consuming too much sodium, right? Things of that sort. Just common sense, right? Just overall, having good habits, right? And being steadfast, keeping your eyes single, like the Yahushua said, right? What does that mean? It doesn't mean you just have you have one eyeball. No, it means you're focused and you're constantly learning, ever learning, right? So let's get some more precepts. Salak. So we have a great lot in this thing, right? As the straw, as difficult as it might seem, right? That's the job of these devils, right? They want you to slowly fall off, right? Lose faith. But it's not possible. If you're of the elect, you're going to realize that the Lord is guiding you. Not these damn devils. Not the, right? All of a sudden, right, you might run into a nice looking female, and all the right things are happening. You got to question everything, right? Being guided by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai means that you are where you're supposed to be. And you're content with that. Right? For example, us that we preach, you know, the Lord said, if they don't accept you here, then move on. Because you shall not reach unto all the cities of Israel till the Lord comes back. Meaning our job is to be constantly on the go. Right? And the internet is doing the main how do you say, all of the main work is via the internet, via the videos going out, the preaching, the prophesying, right? Which is via the internet, the ministry, right? To the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Bashem Barakat Kodash. Right? And I got my head uncovered, just in case you're asking. See? You got scoffers that will come on the videos and ask me sometimes, is your head covered? Is your head covered? And you know they're scoffers when they ask you that. Right? It's the water Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Right? For this glorious light. Right? And the only way we could ever fall out is if the Lord wants us to. Right? But the book of Proverbs says a man falleth and getteth it, riseth up again. Right? Revelation 19:17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together to the supper of the great God. Right? This is what King David said. He says, thou hast prepared a table before me in the midst of my enemies. Right? So the truth is not, this word is not going to unfold like a movie. Where you come in the truth, and everything's all good. Right? You get to see, right? Everything, and no. You're going to come into the word, into the truth. You're going to study, right? You're going to watch the videos, right? It's like reading a book, right? You get into it, you know, and you see the picture that is being painted. And you get excited, right? That is our hope, right? That is the remembrance that our fathers gave us as the sons of Jacob, which his name was changed to Israel. Yasha Alu, Yashar, meaning Prince Allah Power. Right? So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, and that's the warning that we have. Sometimes we give that warning. Sometimes we expound on current events. Sometimes we give you a breakdown or give some understanding. Right? There's a time for everything. Right? But anyways, with that, Lord willing, you're ratified, right? And as always, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatham, starting with the 144,000 of the nation of Israel. And you just got to stay focused at the end of the day, right? And stay in the faith. Jake, right? So Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatham. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone, and Abba Ratazah received this lesson. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Baba Ball, and Shalawah.